So today will be day 99 from the 100 Days of DevOps series. The lab title is Attach IAM Policy for DynamoDB Access using Terraform. Alright, so we're gonna click the start button and we go to the tldraw.com. Okay, the DevOps team has been tasked with creating a secure DynamoDB table and enforcing fine-grained access control using IAM. This setup will allow secure and restricted access to the table from trusted AWS services only. As a member of the Nautilus DevOps team, your task is to perform the following using Terraform. Here we have 9 requirements. The first step is to create a DynamoDB table. Table name is nautilus-table with minimal configuration. Okay, we do the minimum configuration. And we're gonna create the IAM role. IAM role name is nautilus-role. That will be allowed to access the table and IAM policy. So great. IAM policy is to grant read-only permission, right? And we're gonna create main.tf and variables.tf. In the variables.tf, we have 3 namings. In the outputs.tf file, we have also 3 outputs. And here also one more thing is we have to define the actual values for these 3 variables in that separate file. The file name is terraform.tfvars. And finally, we have to ensure that the IAM policy allows only read access and restricts it to the specific DynamoDB table created. Okay, great. Now I'm gonna create these 4 files. Those are, that would be main.tf, and one more thing is variables.tf, right? And another one is, what is the outputs.tf? And yeah, the last one is terraform.tfvars. So first of all, terraform.tfvars, I will define these actual values for the three variables, right? So variable name is this. Actual value is, I will start with that double quotes. Nautilus, nautilus, nautilus table. Wait, sorry, it was wrong. Something is wrong. Okay. That would be this role name. Here also I need to give the nautilus role, nautilus role, and the last one is policy name. Enter equal to double quotes. Policy name is nautilus dash read-only policy. Read-only policy. Okay, policy policy, right? Now, okay, now we're gonna go to the variables.tf file. We're gonna extract those variables values, actual values. So I will define right here variable variable, and the variable name is here kke underscore table underscore name, and I'm gonna use this curly bracket, and variable this time kke role name and curly bracket. The last one variable kke policy name curly bracket. Yeah, so we finished for variables.tf file. Now we're gonna go to the outputs.tf file. For the output also I will use output, and then here the specific name is DynamoDB Table name, and the curly bracket. Actual value is we're gonna get from the AWS Provider. So AWS Provider name is Dynamo, D-Y-N-A. Here you can check in the provider list. You will see the Dynamo database here. So I will copy this name, and then I will get correct name right here. AWS underscore Dynamo database underscore table dot kk. For the attribute name, you can get any name, but you have to remember this name when you list the resource, AWS Provider resource and identifier name in the main.tf file. So let me give the DynamoDB to easily remember, DYNA, and then we're gonna get that name. Okay. And one more thing is output kke, this time IAM role name, kke IAM role name, and the curly bracket. Value is I'm gonna grab from the AWS, and then IAM role. So role name is I will give simple role for the identifier name or attribute name. So the last one is output kke IAM policy name. Okay, sorry. Value AWS underscore IAM policy, right? So IAM policy. Don't forget this. You have to write exactly for the provider name. Policy dot for the policy. Let me write the policy dot name. So okay, so here we finished for the outputs.tf file. Finally, we have to go to the main.tf file. So in the main.tf file, we have to create the first name is IAM Dynamo database, right? So the first one is Dynamo 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 database table, and the second thing is IAM role, AWS IAM role, and the third one is, what is that? The third one is AWS IAM policy. So here is, I don't use the data, let me use the JSON code directly. So using JSON code directly, JSON, that's correct or not? Yeah, JSON code, and because I want to do the minimum configuration. Okay, great. And then the last one is, what is that? The last one is we will do the policy attachment, right? So that would be AWS IAM role and policy attachment. Okay, so I will directly find in the Google so here we will use this. I will copy this and I will paste right here, but we need to modify that. So we get the Amazon Dynamo database table. Table name is, I will give the simple name here. Here in the outputs.tf file, I give the table name is DynamoDB, right? So here also I need to give the, for the attribute name is, I need to give this DynamoDB. So name is we need to get the correct name, right? So for the name, we can get from the variable. So here I don't need the bar dot. Here table name is, I get it from this variable. And billing mode is pay request, that's fine. Hash key is ID, that's fine. Attribute is ID, user ID or ID. Hash key is user ID. Okay, that's fine. So environment is production. Actually, we don't need this. We don't need environment production. No. Let me get the name, table name, bar.kke table name. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the policy IAM Role session. So here is, for the name is, I need to give the role, because we in the outputs.tf file, I get the role name is here, role role. So I make the role. Here also I'm gonna extract from the variable kke role name. We're gonna use JSON code. Version is 2012 1017. Statement is action is assume role affects allow. So lambda value is lambda is from the AWS Amazon AWS.com. That's fine. Lambda yeah, that's fine. If you like to use the EC2, you can use the EC2. And here also IAM policy. Policy is, I need to remove this. And name is, I'm gonna get from the variable var.kke policy name. For the description, you can write any description you like to mention. JSON code is effect is allowed. DynamoDB GetItem and put item, update and delete item, query scan. That's enough. For the resource, DynamoDB table, here is, we need to get the correct table name. So table name, I get a DynamoDB, right? And here also for the ARM value, I need to get a DynamoDB. That's optional. Okay. If you don't like to use indents, you can remove indents. For the policy attachment, we have to use this exact AWS provider name. Example attachment name is, I will give the attachment simple name. So rule name is, I'm gonna get from the rule, and policy ARM value is, I'm gonna get from the policy. Yeah, so that's it. So the first thing is, here we're gonna create the Amazon DynamoDB table. So here when we create the table, we need to give the correct identifier or attribute name. Here I get a DynamoDB. So if you use this name, you use this name. In the outputs.tf, you also have to use this name. Hash key is user ID. If you like to change into the ID, you can use that. So type is S. Okay. So here also everything looks correct. Now let me do the initialization. So terraform init. let me Terraform format to look prettier. So now I'm gonna do validate. Terraform v-line-dat validate. Okay, now I will plan. Okay, so now we can apply that. Auto approve. So here we get the three outputs values. Nautilus table, that's Dynamo database table. This is IAM policy, IAM role. So you can also check with the Terraform test list. State list. State list. So yeah. Here also policy, we get the policy attachment, and the role policy Dynamo database table. I think now we are eligible to check it out, and I'll check it out and click confirm. Yeah, that's it. So I will start my lab right here. Click yes, no issue face, submit. Collect 50 coins. So thanks for watching. I will catch you in the final video.